of women in electoral processes. I'd love to declare that I publicly believe in equality between both genders. Women and men of all social statuses and classes have equal rights to access opportunities and dreams. Even in the political sector, women's role is not inferior to men's. And to be honest, with electoral processes being an integral part of politics, women must be informed, and their opinions must be sorted and engaged. As I focus my discussion on the role of women in the electoral processes, I'd love to center Nigeria as a country. Undoubtedly, women's participation in the electoral process is low. Many factors, including socio-cultural norms, religious beliefs, and other patriarchal institutions, drive the current status. Despite these and many more, women's engagement in electoral processes thrive. Hence, the role of women in electoral processes has brought about increased cooperation across political parties and various ethnic groups, diverse problem-solving techniques, sustainable peace, proper management, and improvement of economic resources. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, as in other African countries, women are expected to be subservient. Therefore, there is this stereotype that men are more knowledgeable about politics than women. The consequences of that is women also believe in this stereotype. And to be candid, it is at this point where we need to break the norm. The notion that women must be dependent on men has become a norm, and it is unprogressive to our political system in Nigeria and Africa. In essence, the role of women in electoral processes has many advantages, just as the men. And I need us to understand that it is not all about sitting here to list advantages. It is about getting it right. We must realize that getting it right in voting a qualified presidential candidate into office in Nigeria is a collective goal, and collective effort is required. So my fellow advocates, what do you have to say about this?
Well, it's important that women should be given a chance to contribute to leadership and decision making. Now, in last year, during the Kenyan general election, they had opportunity of voting in women senators and women governor in Kenya. And then in America, during the midterm election in November, they had opportunity of voting a lot of women legislative members of their reps or something, and then the governors too, the women from both the Republican and the Democrat, they had governors. Now, you said that the reason why, you said something about one of the reasons that we need to encourage women to involve in electoral processes, either as the electorate or the people being voted into office, as to enhance robust decision making. You cannot make the statistics of Nigeria and the statistics of the world. You have the ratio of men to women are usually almost 50-50, right? Okay. So one part, they say Earth's great treasures lies in the human personality, irrespective of their gender. Every human is important, and they can contribute to development and wealth of the earth. So if you want to tap into the wealth of a nation, you have to give everybody, including women and men, opportunity to lead effectively, either as effective followers or effective leaders. But we should not put stereotype to bar women simply because they are women, therefore they are not smart about politics. It's a very wrong ideology. And I'm very happy that Nigeria here, we have APC candidates of gubernatorial candidates. Yeah, and also there are others legislative wise too. We have women there too.
Thank you, Elijah. So on my own argument, I would rather say, let us say, gender equity than equality. You see, equity, it talks more about competency, what you do. We know, societal stereotype in Nigeria, based on culture, based on tribe, based on anything we want to look at it from, is actually a negative factor that affects woman participation. But beyond that, we should also see examples of humans who have actually rise, because they should not accept 100% acceptance when they come out to say they want to do. Even as male, they also have society stereotype and say, why must, if I said today I want to go for Lagos State governor, I say, who are you? Where do you come from? You can see the ruling party person, like a senior stakeholder, former governor of Lagos State, calling the PDP like a cameraman. You know, that is a society trying to downgrade him. What has that one has to do with his competency to say he wants to contest? However, we are also seeing people who are actually proving otherwise, to say yes, they are qualified for this position. They're competent, right? You can see like Natasha, who has contested as House of Representative.
You mean Natasha Aputi?
Yes,
of
Kogi State, who have done House of Representative, who have gone for governor on SDP, has a lot of challenge, and right now she is the PDP candidate, senatorial candidate for Kogi Central, right? So what we are saying is can see in Taraba, Mama Taraba, you know, the late Mama Taraba. We can see in Adamawa, just like you said, you know, and we can see in other countries that yes, ladies, women who had the opportunity have actually performed well. And at the same time, we have seen ladies who have given opportunity who messed up.
Okay, but
you understand? What I'm saying in essence is, go back to the electoral law.
Okay.
Go back to the constitution. There is no place where the constitution has said it must be a male that must occupy this position. So
I do not
there is equality
let me respond
chances
to him just before
already.
you come on board.
So what we are saying is, let us talk more of equity.
Equity, right? Good.
You know, step up.
Very good.
Come up.
Are you saying that women
challenge?
Definitely,
yes.
we are not.
I understand your point. Just a minute, equity. I want to respond to him just before you come. Sorry for interrupting you. The thing is, he's saying equity. Your concept is equality. Now, you are sounding like those senators in House of National Assembly that actually stood against that. Is it Kemi Olujimi also the senator, the female senator from Ekiti that proposed that gender equality bill? Remember, that was last year, right? It was sometime last year, and they stood against it and said, "No, we prefer equities of equality." There is a difference between equity and equality. Now, if the president, at some point, let me use Goodluck Jonathan, for example, while he was president of Nigeria in his time, he made sure there was a certain percentage were given to women, right? That was like 3%, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That was equity.
Okay.
It's not equality. Equity. Yes. Let's allow the women to come. Let's give you a chance. But now, beyond equity, women are saying
there should be equality.
Give us equal opportunity.
Yes, and we would perform.
There are some states in Nigeria. You said there's no written law in Nigeria that bars women.
Definitely. Exactly. And that is why. Sorry, I just want to say that. There are some unwritten things about the culture. Yes, and that is why when women come out, they should be given that support. Exactly. They should be given that opportunity to thrive. Because if you say that, okay, there is no law where it states that only men should go for this position, I mean, it's written in the society, actions, reactions. So
I'll give you another example from Kwara State. I have someone who has won senatorial election as a lady, Bemisola Saraki.
Okay.
She is currently the minister, executive, appointed. Okay. But what's the difference? What is the reality of our, competency and what we have? You see, what I'm saying...
Are you blaming Bemisola Saraki for being...
I'm giving you an example.
She's a woman.
No, I'm giving you an example. Okay, what I'm saying is, don't let us be blinded. Yes, there is negative factor of society stereotype. But
so you believe there is a stereotype when it comes to women now? Because that's what I'm going to...
Yes, there is a stereotype based on our culture and our religion.
Good.
I understand that.
Now,
what I'm saying is, beyond that, we need to prove beyond reasonable doubt that you are actually capable. You understand?
You are saying this because the question of women are there. Why do you not say this for the men?
And again, you don't relent.
This is what the society
sees. You have the men, the guys, the men that contest, even those who we can see that they are not doing fine, but they will still come. They will still say this. Okay, you have done this. I have done this for you, and what do you have to say for this? Do you understand? They will hold their ground, even at doing negative things, and they will still see people who support because of what they are hitting from them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I don't quite get.
No, I understand his point. Look at what he's trying to say.
What I'm saying is based on what he said. What I'm saying is, let us continue advocating for ladies to step up their game, participate more, irrespective of any negative factor. They should keep pushing.
Yes.
So that by the time they keep pushing, they should welcome banters. They should allow criticism, destructive and constructive.
Okay.
Build on it.
Not because they are female or
Exactly.
women, but because they are human.
Because whenever a woman is running for an office, everybody will want to criticize
everybody
her
would
and
have
view her
something to say when it,
with a lens, a microscope. But if it's a man, they don't criticize him that much.
If you're a leader, probably I come from royalty, and they say the day you are born, even if you have another person born a minute or the same time with you, you'll be going to have natural enemy, because people feel you have the chance to become a king or queen tomorrow. Do you understand? Because you come from a royal house. The same thing happens to leadership. You cannot, I said natural enemy. You don't have anything to do with them. You have not done anything bad. You are just a newborn baby. But because you have the opportunity to be in a royal family, to be born into a royal family, you are a threat to some people already. The same thing should apply in politics, in leadership. You should expect that not everybody will accept you. There are factors that will go against you. You need to start hopping your game.
Sorry, not everybody would accept
that same thing that we are trying to say, that why bringing unnecessary obstacles just because of their women. Now let me give you an example. Let me tell you a story. Some couple of years ago, that was before one of the election season, I was opportune to be in a vehicle, public vehicle, and I had this conversation with other passengers. Many of them were women. Guess what? And I was talking about the possibility of a woman emerging as president of Nigeria. That's a couple of years ago. Many of the women themselves didn't even know themselves. Do you know what they said? And the men, the question was, how can a woman be a president of Nigeria? What if she becomes pregnant?
Do you know another issue I have
when
it comes to the role of women in electoral processes is the fact that women have also come to accept this. Some women have come to accept, I don't know, it has gotten into them that they've accepted that, okay, no woman can rule.
Exactly.
According to our culture, according to our religion, women should be subject to men, and that is what we are against. A man and a woman should be able to be put on the same platform, given the same opportunity. They should be able to access same opportunity and thrive. That's what we're saying.
But nobody is stopping. What I'm encouraging is
nobody is stopping.
I'm saying
systematic relegation of women to the background.
Irrespective of the negative forces, more women should keep participating.
It's not that easy.
Keep pushing.
Thinking like this.
That is why they also need to be enlightened.
Exactly. So that's the way forward.
What is our government doing to enlighten women, or to make sure that women also come out?
Scenario one. The men were bothered. What if the woman becomes pregnant? Last year, we had Jacinda Ardern, the New Zealand Prime Minister. This year rather. She resigned, right? In 2017, if I'm not mistaken, she was pregnant. Is it 2017 or 2017? Around 2017, or no? Is it between 2017 and 2019? She was pregnant at some point, and she was still prime minister. Now, another instance, I had this conversation with a female civil rights advocate, and who had access to, in 2015 election, an emerging politician from the north, a female politician. She didn't mention the states, but she said this woman was running for House of Representative. She was running for and then when she went to stakeholders in her community in the states, many of those religious leaders and traditional leaders kicked against her candidacy. They were telling her that
simply because she's a woman.
Yes, a woman cannot. Cannot be a leader. This one, that one. But somehow, because of her wisdom, she was able to persuade someone, say, no, I'm here to serve you. I'm your representative. And she was able to convince them. But this same thinking, that's what we're talking about.
That's what it should be eradicated. Why would people
to cut the long story short, I can say example like Natasha. We should learn.
How many Natashas can we have?
And we should have.
How many Natashas?
Let us begin to learn. Ladies should begin to learn.
And sorry,
I agree. Yes. Women are privileged. Like Bemisola Saraki, her father was a governor.
Natasha's father was not a governor.
No, Natasha is an elite. But there are many other women there that have this noble idea, and they are from background where they will tell them no.
You cannot be this
because can we stop complaining and start acting? We already see
another thing that we also need to take cognizance of is the fact that we can see that during election processes, right? We see that this, I don't want to say so-called men politicians, go to, I want to give example of the market women now. They make use of them. Yeah. How many market men do you see come out? No, how many market men do you see come out?
The best position they give to women is women leader. Most politicians.
That is it.
Why must women leader? Can't they do something better than women leader?
They go there, they make use of these women
just to be singing and
dancing. To campaign for them, to sing, to dance for them, to, I don't know, to make use of their influence in the market. They gather other women and they vote for these men. Why can't we use it for women? We need that support for women.
Yes, women should also stand up.
And when these women stand up, these women should support them.
Exactly.
These women in positions of influence, women that have influence should come out and support them. And they should look beyond the money. They should look beyond the culture. They should look beyond
the gender stereotype.
And I keep saying, either gender stereotype or not, even in the midst of all this negativity, we are seeing people like Natasha, who is an elite, who is doing it.
Wait. He asked a very important question. Exactly. How many Natashas do we have?
Let us start having it. We start now. Elijah Felix will be next after the break. Do stay with us.